Okay, so someone's letting me use their phone, and I have to just make little YouTubes. This is really hard to download stuff on to YouTube here, and I can only do it to his YouTube channel. So I'll eventually delete all these and replace them when I get YouTube ability. And anyhow, so yeah, in the Old Testament, when the people were bitten by the serpents, God did something very unconventional. One minute he told them, do not make a graven image. This time he told Moses to make a bronze serpent. And the Israelites, bitten by the venomous serpent, they were healed, but they had to turn to the serpent for healing. The serpent didn't heal them. It was the grace of God. It was something new. It was something unconventional, as if God saying, I can do whatever I want. I can use whatever means I want to heal you. There's nothing in Scripture that condemns what I'm doing. I am not praying to dead girls. Like in the Old Testament, they are more alive than I am. And they are my friends. They were assigned to me to help me. I turn to them. The grace of God comes to me through them. They are far more better. It's like an attorney defending you before the judge is going to do a lot better to defend you than if you've never had law school. They know the judge. They know the king better than me. I am like a crap-shoveling peasant who's going before the king smelly with a dirty face with my petitions. They take my petitions, they clean it off, they add their petitions to it, they add their love, intercede on my behalf. And this was for me. Maybe it's not going to work for you. If this goes against your conscience, that's okay. And so, anyway, it was a great journey when Janice Hart showed up. She was wearing a bishop's mitre. And the O and the TT, the two T's looked like crosses. One of the T's went into the O, looking like a Eucharistic host, symbolizing the Eucharist, and the other cross on top of it, symbolizing Calvary. We all have to suffer Calvary. We all have to suffer greatly. These victims suffered like Christ. He was tortured, he was stripped down naked, he was humiliated, crowned with thorns, nailed to the cross. The apostles brutally murdered, the early Christians brutally murdered. And they want to help people. And I saw Janice with like the bishop's mitre, and then the O and the TT made a wheel. She said, give me your wheel. Let me steer the ship. Okay? And, be your vocations director. And sometimes when people are killed a certain way, they have a special vocation to help the types of people guilty of those atrocities. Saint Dymphna, patron saint of mentally ill people. She was, her father became mentally ill from grief after the death of her mother. And so he started making sexual advances at Saint Dymphna because she looked like his wife. And so she ran away with the priest. He tracked her down and cut off her head and killed the priest who was with her. She was from Ireland. She ran to Belgium. And at the site of her grave, a lot of people with mental and emotional disorders began to be healed. And there were asylums and refuges and people that cared for the mentally ill in honor of Saint Dymphna. And so, likewise, those who are slain in such a way, they want to minister to these people, these sociopaths. They know they can love you unconditionally. You're not going to get